start up so I can pause it. Here we go. Alright, what's up guys? Give me a second. Gotta check on a couple things as usual. Make sure we're all good and I'll get started. What's going on, Luna? Come back down. Come on. Come here. Come with me. Are you coming? I don't know what the hell she's doing. Hey, what's going on? Why are you being weird? You're all wet. Is it raining outside? Come on, let's go. Go back out. There's no more chicken. It's out. You ate it all. There's no more in there. I want to see what the hell's going on out there. And I gotta move the tent too. Hang on. Okay. Alright. Let me make sure this is all good. What are you doing? Get down. Are you crazy? Jumping up on the counter? You're all wet. Yeah, it works. Sweet. Hey Scotty, what's going on? Hey, what's up everyone? I'm just seeing your comments all coming in now. Don't get down. Alright, let's go. Ooh, it's all yellow. I'm gonna have to fix the lighting on the camera. Actually, let me try and do that right now. I think it's because I changed the settings. So, when I was filming the other day, so just give me a moment. Let me see if I can fix that. Here we go, white balance. We're going to put it back to auto. Okay. Alright, that should look a lot better now. I'm still on the delay here, so I'm seeing Luna jumping up on the counter. Working on the RV? Yeah, I think I'm going to... That's why I got my gloves on. I think I'm going to go finish a couple of things, because it's actually nice out tonight. It's kind of cool out. It's probably, I don't know what temperature, maybe in the mid-60s or low 70s or something. And it's kind of raining though, that's the only problem. But I do have to wash something, so it might be a lot easier if I just wash it real quick outside with like a hoodie on. And then, I don't know, maybe it'll be easier to wash because it's raining. Alright, I was going to move the tent because it's raining out, but I can't. You want to go back outside in the rain? I see you're all glistening. Go, go, go outside. She's like, no. Go, go, come on. Go, go, go. Oh, she made another big hole this morning. But you see, that's why I gotta take it down, because it's killing all the grass underneath it. I'm afraid to go out here with the camera because of the rain. Let me see if these wasps are still here. Man, I can't wait till they're gone, because I got stung twice. Yeah, they're still there. Yeah, screw that mess. I don't know if you guys were able to see that well. And then there's another one up there on the back of the basketball thing. There's like another nest. Oh, and I found another one up here on my balcony. Oh, and look at this guy. He's fat. That's another harvestman. I like that there's like a bunch of different colors and patterns here. That one's got like a stripe down its back. Pretty cool. You guys all see what Sir Khan was going on? I watched some of it, but I wanted to start streaming, so I'll have to watch the rest of it later. Yeah, man, those wasps, they're everywhere here. When I moved in, there was actually a bunch of nests that I saw, but they were already all dead. I guess the person who was taking care of the house ended up spraying them all. So, I don't know, like, I didn't think that it was going to be that bad because the nests were already dead. You know, there was nothing alive in it, and I figured that they would have to go somewhere else to start a new one. I didn't realize that wasps will come back and use other nests and, like, actually start breeding in a nest that was there previously from another bunch of them. So that was kind of crazy that they just used them. Whoa, it says it's 66 in here. Maybe it's actually colder than I thought outside. I got another one to show you. Let me just open up the Streamlabs app here so I can get that all set up and working. Man, thank you guys all who donated to me on my birthday. That was pretty badass, man. You guys really helping me out by doing that, so I really do appreciate it. I don't know how many times I can say thank you, but it does mean a lot to me. However, this app never friggin' works. Could be because of my gloves, too. Not helping out. Oh, there we go, I got it. I was trying to make it go half screen, because as you guys taught me, that's the only way to get it to work. Alright, let me get this up here. Go! Sticky. Oh, and I got other good news for you guys, too, so give me a second. Don't leave yet. Just bear with me. FaZe Gaming, what's up? You want everybody to go to subscribe to you? What kind of content you do? Just gaming stuff? I think I asked you this before. I don't remember what you said. What are you crying about, Luna? You just got chicken. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Snapped it. The problem is I'm trying to make it so that the chat takes up more of the screen. There. It's all good now. Sorry you missed it? What? My birthday stream? Is that what you're talking about? It's not a big deal. So, okay. Oh, Misty, thanks. You liked the zoo video? I'm going to do another one maybe this upcoming weekend or the week after that because they actually invited me back to do a full tour, and I posted it on my Twitter about it. Basically what they're going to do is they're going to do a full walkthrough with me while I have the live stream, so she can answer questions from you guys and talk more about like the actual conservation they do. I went back and watched the video, and I was reading through the chat, and I saw there was a couple people who were saying, you know, bad stuff about zoos and whatever, and honestly, man, that place took really good care of their animals, and they get interaction with people on a daily basis, and they're in with multiple other animals, so they're not alone. They get fed really well because they allow the people there to feed the animals, so they're constantly getting fed all day. So I don't see why people think that like every place is so bad, you know? Like I get it, you know, not everybody's okay with wild animals being in captivity, but like their lion that they have there is actually one of those Barbary lions. I didn't realize it, but that's why I remember in the stream I said, why is he so small? I was like, I'm not used to seeing lions this small, because it's actually a different species of lion that she told me comes up from like the mountain area in Africa, and they are smaller. They got those dark black manes, and they are pretty much, I don't know if she said endangered or extinct from the wild, and zoos and places like that are going to be the only way that these animals have a chance of actually ever coming back into the wild. So I support places that do stuff like that, because for me, I think it's pretty cool that these animals aren't going to completely go extinct, because you got people like me, like-minded people who actually love animals to the point where they don't want to see them go extinct just because humans built on their original land and all this. You know, what was that animal that was like, it looked like a cross between like a tiger and a horse and a zebra? I think it was some kind of cat, but it went extinct, and they have videos of it from like, I don't know, the 40s or something like that. They had one at a zoo, and they had the video of the last one left that ended up dying because they were unable to successfully breed them. And it's a shame to have like really cool animals like that could be around, but hey, whatever, maybe evolution's just like, fuck it, it's your time, we don't need you anymore. So I don't know the answers to everything, and I know that the zoos don't either, and not all zoos are great. There's definitely some zoos that I will never visit because I hate them, that they don't really do a good job of being a zoo. So I understand there's stuff out there that really sucks, but they're not all bad, you know, and some of them are actually doing a lot of good. That's my rant on that anyway. But yeah, either way, when I go back, I'm going to have them pretty much talk to me on stream, and you guys can ask whatever questions you want. If you're concerned about stuff like that, just fire away in the chat while I'm streaming, and then I'm sure they're going to answer all your questions if you're thinking that maybe they're doing something that they're not. And you guys, I saw somebody was actually mentioning that no, none of their animals there are endangered or have problems. There were some animals there that have issues in the wild. I mean, I saw them, so we'll go back and we can talk to the employees there and stuff, and you guys can just straight up tell me, you know, what you want to ask and find out, and maybe we'll all learn something together, you know. But it was very cool of them to offer to do that with me, because most people are not okay with that. Like most zoos and most places, they don't want a camera there, especially if a bunch of people are watching or it's live, you know, because a lot of places do have stuff to hide, but they were kind enough to say, yeah, we'll talk about everything, we'll show you everything. I thought that was really cool. Tasmanian devil, I didn't see them there. Tasmanian tiger, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, and you know, I realize a lot of the people who talk shit about zoos and places like that, they just regurgitate what they read online from fucking PETA or another one of those organizations. They don't actually know what the hell they're talking about. So it's like, you can't just label every place to be a shitty place. It's just not accurate at all. You know, like even, like I saw one of the zoos in Florida that I went to, I got to do like a whole behind the scenes tour. They were nice enough to let me see everything, even the bad stuff. But I did not videotape, and I did not make a video about it, because I understand that the reason why they have a bunch of animals in the back that were doing bad or didn't look good or whatever are because people are stupid, and they go out and they get monkeys and tigers and whatever the hell. They get these animals that they don't know how to care for. The animal grows up in a house not being wild at all and not being treated the way that they're supposed to be treated. And then these people realize, holy crap, these animals get big, we can't take care of them. So they go to the zoo and they say, here, take it, because I don't know what to do with it. A lot of zoos have policies like they can't even take animals that are pets anymore. But this particular zoo did a thing where once a year they would allow people to come in and bring their exotic pets that they could no longer care for, because in Florida, there's a huge issue with people just letting the animals go, because they're like, oh, the weather in Florida is nice, so the animal will survive, they let them go. Now they have this huge iguana issue, and they have a bunch of Cuban night anoles that are like here, that are there as well, killing off all of the native species of lizards. They got big boas and pythons running around in the Everglades, you know, with the killing off the alligators. All sorts of crazy stuff happening because people will get pets and they let them go. Goldfish even. People will get goldfish at like the fair, and then they get too big and they just let them go in the lakes. You got snapping turtles and that aren't originally from there, and just all sorts of shit. So anyway, they do the nice thing of actually no questions asked. They will accept exotic pets that people can no longer care for. But here's what happens. These animals go to the zoo, they're in a new home, in a new environment, they're confused, They don't know what's going on. They're not with their owner that they're used to growing up with, and they become sad. They start going through depression. You know, like the animals, they go through that stuff. And you know, you'll see birds who like rip their feathers out because of the stress. They can't put those kind of birds out on display because people are going to see a bird with, you know, that's molting or with a bunch of feathers gone, and they're going to go, what the hell, this zoo is a horrible zoo. They're not taking care of the animals properly. Why do they look like they're dying? And the truth is that it was somebody's pet, and now unfortunately it's depressed, so they can't be out on display, and it ends up being in a smaller cage in the back. You know, and like, what are you supposed to do? Kill the animal, put it down just because somebody made the bad decision to get this pet and then, you know, returned it or got rid of it to the zoo? So you guys got to understand that kind of stuff too, you know, like people don't think about that at all. No, the zoos aren't letting the animals go. It's like people in Florida do it, so the zoos are in turn, you know, starting this thing where they say, we'll actually let you bring your animal here and just turn it over to us, no questions asked, so you won't get in trouble for having like a venomous snake, for example. There's people who will go out and get venomous snakes as pets, and then, you know, you can't let them go. What happens if it goes and kills your neighbor's child that's playing outside in the backyard? So that's something that's stupid, you know. But you know, don't always think that if you see an animal that is in bad shape at a place like a zoo that it's because the zoo's bad. The thing is, they could very well be doing their best to take care of the animal, and unfortunately it's just not doing well because it's depressed and unhappy about leaving its original home where it grew up. You know, and wolf dogs have that problem a lot. They have an issue where if they grow up in a house and then you put them in another house, they're going to be stressed out and they're not going to do well and they're going to cause a bunch of problems. So that's the rant that I just wanted to clarify some of those things because I've seen all sorts of situations. All right, I think it's not as bad right now with the rain. Move this shit over. Whether or not it's killing the grass under here. Oh no, we're still fine. Okay, I'll wait till it's not raining to fully move it. Okay, so the other good news thing that I was going to talk about is, okay, you remember the review that I just put up about the chairs? The company from the other chair, Remax, they reached out to me and they wanted to give me a refund on the chair because they thought that I didn't like it. And I tried to explain to them that the problem is not that I don't like the chair. I was just doing a comparison between the two, and I think for the cost of this other chair, it's actually still really good, you know, this one here, the Remax one. These guys reached out to me. So I told them, instead of giving me like a refund back on the chair, what if you just do a giveaway for my subscribers and people on my channel? So the thing is, I'm going to think about some way to do the giveaway, and what I'll do is, instead of having them ship me a new chair or give me my money back, they can use that money to ship one to you guys. So you guys can get a chair like this. I don't know what the stipulations are going to be. I don't know yet what they want to do, but I did email them and I asked them for that instead. And they said that they're willing to work with me on that. And they wanted to know, like, how can we create a trackable link so that if anybody buys the chair, you can get commission off of it as well. And I thought that was really cool that they're offering that to me because it'll help the channel out a lot. It didn't come in with a built-in butt plug. Hey, but it came in with a vibrator. This is the next best thing, right? What are you doing? What? Why are you trying to make out with me? You eat chicken. You eat dead animals. I don't want to make out with you. That's gross. I think she wants me to take her out on a walk, but it's raining, so I can't really do that right now. So you're back to normal? Yeah. Welcome back. But yeah, I thought that was really cool of them to offer that to me, and I don't want to be like, oh yeah, your chair sucks, I want my money back, because that's not true. I actually really do still like it. I just felt like that one had a couple of features that I enjoyed better about when I sit down and work on this chair. But you know, I even mentioned, like, for people who are smaller or shorter like me, something like this is probably better because of the fact that it gets lower to the ground. That one there, even at all the way low, I still just put my feet on the ground, but as embarrassing and funny as that is to say. But if I put that chair all the way up, like, my feet don't really touch the ground, and it would be uncomfortable for me to sit in something like that. And what about, like, for smaller chicks and stuff, or smaller guys that, you know, want to sit in a chair like that? It might be a little bit uncomfortable for them, and I wanted to mention that in the video. So I did as best as I could to compare the both of them together. It's not necessarily to say that one's shitty, because I think they're both pretty good, and they're both way better than what I had before, which was one of those shitty, like, office chairs, and it was completely falling apart. So I don't know. Like, I was floored that they would email me and offer me that. I thought it was really cool, but how about giving one to you guys instead? Would you guys want to do that? Like, I don't know what I would do for a contest, so maybe come up with some ideas for me, and you guys can talk about it in the Discord, and we can all discuss it and figure something out. Because I definitely think that would be kind of cool. How tall am I? I am about 5'6". So I'm not, like, super short, but I'm, you know, I guess maybe a little bit below average on height. Email me and offer me that. Oh, that's why I turned the volume down, so I couldn't hear that. I had to pause it then to hear any kind of notifications that come in. Hey Fox, what's going on? I'm alright. I'm just trying to start out the stream right now. Yeah, that was cool of Remax. Like, I didn't know who they were, and at first when I was going to do my review, I started thinking for a moment, like, is the same company manufacturing both chairs, but they have different, you know how, like, let me explain this to people who may not know. But when I was working for the security company, they manufactured a lot of their own cameras. They had a direct connection to, like, a factory overseas who they would contact, and they would say, hey, I want the camera to have this processor in it, I want it to have this housing, I want it to be in this style. They would make it and they would manufacture it. However, there was a few lines of cameras that were pretty much remanufactured, which it's another brand of a camera, but they basically pay to have their label on the sticker, and they also have a connection to be like, hey, can you change this cable on it, or can you change that? So I started thinking that maybe it was the same thing with a lot of these chairs, where it's like the same main manufacturer making the cameras, but a bunch of companies are customizing them and then relabeling them or rebranding them and selling them on, like, Amazon or the web or whatever. Because a lot of them are very similar, and they are made from, like, the same materials and all of that. So I was like, maybe there's just one main factory, but everybody's just remanufacturing and selling them under a different name and just kind of customizing them to their own style. So I don't know if that was the case, but then I looked it up and I saw that they had different websites or something. But I have the actual URL now for the website for the chair, and I was thinking about doing a comparison, not on video in general, but just for myself, like doing a comparison between, you know, the companies and everything to see, like, if they're manufacturing it on their own and they have their own stuff. But one of the cool things that I thought was awesome about their email to me, they took into consideration some of the things that I mentioned that I didn't like about the chair in the review, and they are thinking about actually making a new model that fixes some of those issues. So that's pretty awesome too. I thought that was cool that they were actually willing to work with me like that, you know? Brace yourself. Allison will be here. Okay. I like her being here. She's funny. I enjoy seeing her in the chat. She always makes me laugh. But isn't that cool that they were willing to talk to me about that stuff and like consider some of the things I said to fix the issues that they had? I thought that was pretty awesome. So it's one of the things that I really wanted to for my channel too. You know, like I started doing reviews and stuff and DIY about some of the tech gear I have, and I'm going to be doing more. But a big part of that is I really do want to work with other companies and stuff about the gear because of a few reasons. The first, obviously, it's really cool to have the company send free shit. That's obvious. That is obviously something that anybody would want to do, is say, hey, yeah, I'll take the free stuff and do a review. Like, that's a really cool part of it. Not to put that aside. But another thing is, you know, a lot of this stuff is expensive, and I'm not making a lot right now, again, considering YouTube is not working correctly. They don't send out my notifications to my subscribers anymore, which I actually emailed them about today. Because I had a couple people on my birthday that messaged me and they were like, hey, I'm subscribed to your channel and I have the bell thing hit and I still didn't get the notification when you went live at the zoo. And they're like, I would have totally watched it and hung out and stuff too, but I'm seeing way too many of those emails come in now. Like, way too many of my friends are hitting me up telling me that they no longer get notified. You guys keep saying it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to email them, you know, and let them know. But because of that, you know, I can't really upgrade the stuff that I want to upgrade, like my gear and stuff like that. So when companies offer to hook me up with something so that I can do a review for it and let you guys know what I think about it, of course, that's an awesome part of the deal, is I get to save my money on something that I would have normally spent like $300-400 on, you know, just to have, because I need it anyway. But then for them to hook it up to give you guys the opportunity to learn more about it too, that's kind of cool. And I did that a lot with my guitar stuff. You know, like this cab here is a custom cab, and this from this company here, Custom with a K. They were willing to work with me in Dead Star when I first started. And don't worry, I didn't miss that notification up. Resource Dragon, thank you. I really appreciate the $20. But hey, if you're gonna put $20 in through Super Chat, you should at least put a funny comment or something so it gets read out loud through TTS. Definitely do that for next time. But thank you so much for the birthday. Happy belated birthday. I just read that too. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. That really helps me, like I said. But yeah, back to this right here. Is my guitars, even, you know, when BC Rich started working with me and stuff, they sent me a lot of my guitars for free. They customized my guitar for free. And basically, you know, they do it in hopes that I'm going to like it, and I'm going to tell everybody that I love it, and then other people are going to go and buy it because I like it. You know what I mean? So it's the whole influencer thing. I think that that's pretty awesome. And when I worked with these companies, I didn't have a contract with them. You know, like they didn't put a piece of paper in front of me and say, here, sign this. You have to say good things about our product, and you can't use anybody else's product. You can't do this or that. Like, obviously, that's the smart business move to make as a business, because then you don't have somebody who you're giving a bunch of free stuff to, and then they just don't care. They're not telling anybody about it and whatever. And I've seen a lot of bands like that. There are so many national acts that go on tour, and they don't ever talk about what gear they use. Like, they have a little tiny icon on the bottom of their website that says, you know, this is what guitar brand I use. Like, do you think that they, you know, go online and talk to people or at their shows? They're just like, yeah, you should totally get this. Those bigger bands and stuff, they don't give a shit about that, and they get, you know, the free stuff because people like you and I who are fans of the music and the brands or whatever are going to see them playing it and go, damn, they sound awesome. It must be because they have, you know, a BC Rich or a Schecter guitar or whatever. And that's just the reality of how all of that works. But someone like me who was in a smaller band who, you know, was starting to get good notoriety but wasn't at the level of a band like, let's say, Slayer, they were willing to work out a deal with me where they gave me, you know, free guitars and free custom stuff, and they hooked me up with a lot of other companies and everything. So when I was coming up in the band, like, I didn't have the money to go buy a bunch of new guitars when I needed them for tour. I didn't have the money to spend on like over $1,000 bass cab and head system, and like all this stuff that I needed. I was just working like a regular 9 to 5 the whole time. I wasn't making money being in the band. So like every once in a while I'd get paid for shows, but it was like $80 or $100 a show. Like for me personally, it's not like you're banking like some of the rappers that are running around in like Rolls Royce and all that. So for the companies to hook me up, like, that was really awesome because I got to try out new gear, and at the same time, like, people who followed me would end up going out and buying the gear too. Like, trust me, my custom BC Rich guitars, like, that I had till this day, I still consider those some of my best. And then I got hooked up with Schecter afterwards, and they hooked me up with like a couple basses, and those were really good quality too. So of course I was going to mention it to the people who asked me, like, when I'm on the road or even online, like, people would contact me and they'd be like, hey, what do you play? What gear are you using? And what do you like about it? And all this stuff. And I would be completely honest, to everyone who asks me. So in turn, it was like this awesome relationship to have because it really helped me out with the band. It made me look more professional on stage. And the same thing with, other bands starting out. When you see a band and they have like one guitar and like this little tiny, like this little tiny amp like this on stage or something, and then they have like a little mic in front of it, like, people look at that and they're just like, oh, that's just a local band or whatever. Even if their sound is still phenomenal, like, people look at that like, oh, that's not like a serious band because they don't really have gear. And that's just how bands get treated, like, if you don't have like this badass gear, you're just like a beginner, and they don't take you seriously. The clubs don't take you seriously, and that's the way it works. But having them hook me up with something like this, I was like, holy shit, like, this looks badass on stage. I'd even bring my other ones sometimes that I had, like these I actually purchased, and I bring them on stage along with this, and my band fucking hated me. They were like, why are you bringing so much shit on stage all the time? But it sounded badass. That's all I could say. I mean, if I was playing bass in front of you right now with these two cabs, like, you feel it. It would knock stuff off my shelves and stuff right now. But then again, these are not suited for playing inside of a house. They're made for playing like on stage. So I did that before. When I was in Florida at my old house, I was just practicing one night, and I heard glass break, and like a bunch of my cups fell from the vibrations on the wall, and they just like shattered everywhere. So, and I was on volume 1. That wasn't even like up to 11. Actually, it doesn't go to 11, just kidding, but what is it? It doesn't even have numbers. It's like arrows. But I was pretty much down here, like right when you turn it on, the bare minimum that you can hear, it's still really, really loud because it's 1200 watts. But yeah, that shit was pretty awesome. That I was like in awe when they hooked me up with that. I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, I was really, really appreciative. And the comparison to the stuff I'd been using, like, I was using those 410 cabs there, and like, this thing was like a beast in comparison. So I went from having like really shitty equipment to having like pretty awesome equipment, overnight, and that to me was just like, holy crap. So when I ended up getting like this stuff for the computer stuff and the streams or whatever, like, that is badass because it helps me make better streams and be taken more seriously by, other people who would be willing to work with me only under those circumstances. Like, you got a lot of people out there who make great videos, they have awesome channels and whatever, and then people still just don't take them seriously because they're not using, like, you know what I mean? Like, am I crazy for thinking that way? It's just the way I've always seen it. And, because I've always been one of those people who, like, uses the bare minimum. Like, when I go out and I do photography and I post all these badass pictures and people are like, what kind of gear are you using? What camera are you using? I'm just like, dude, I'm just using my cell phone. Like, I'm literally just putting up my phone and taking these pictures and then editing them. But I don't, like, I have a Canon that I used for my my job when I was doing photography of the products, because I did product photography for like a few years, and I was like, I needed the good gear for that. But when I go out and do regular photography with animals and hiking with Luna, like, I just use my cell phone. So to me, I've always been like the type of person who's just like, have what you, or use what you have, but then when you have the opportunity to, obviously upgrade for the better stuff. But I realize that in doing that, a lot of people just don't take you as serious, you know? How was my raid? Dude, that was fucking awesome, man. I love that they did that, because I was even mentioning it that night. I've always kind of felt like they don't really want anything to do with me, but lately they've been like pretty cool with me, so I'm really appreciative of that, because I am like on the other side of the fucking world, and or well, country, the other side of the country, and you know, like they're more apt to work with people who live by them, because it's just easier and it makes more sense, and there's not really any content out here. But you know, I'm doing what I can with what I have at the moment, you know, and that just goes right back into that conversation. Like, I may not live in a place right now that has, you know, these big cities and a bunch of people crazy out on the streets screaming for me to go videotape because it's hilarious, but I do what makes me happy and what's working for me right now, and I appreciate that you guys even want to watch that. So it's cool, you know, and then hopefully in turn, like, you guys can learn something and then teach me something. Like, when I'm working on the RV, or I'm doing something else, like even playing a video game, and you guys help me out, then, like, I learn something from you guys. You guys are telling me, like, the right way to do something, and I think that that's awesome, like, having that kind of connection with other people, because where I am, I don't have that kind of connection with people. Like, I don't have anyone in person that I can, like, bounce ideas off of and just talk to on a regular basis about just normal mundane crap. So this is what? What are you talking about? My nose highlight? I have no nose highlight. Is it from the lighting in this room? Oh, Alex, what was the raid? Sam Pepper, he's another streamer that I watch. I've been watching for like a few years, but he's one of the bigger streamers out there right now. Basically, a raid is like when you tell everybody in the chat before you end your stream to go into somebody else's stream. So I had like 300 of his followers and people from his community like jump into the chat that night right before my birthday. So I thought that was really badass, because I was kind of having a crappy night too. I know I talked to you about it earlier, but that was really awesome that, like, I was just like, whatever, man, I'm just going to stream to get my mind out of the gutter. And then he did that, and all these people came in that I respect, so I thought that was pretty cool, you know? Like, it made my night. It really did. And I met a couple new, cool new people that started following my channel after he did that, so I was, like, really appreciative. Yeah, chat we cool. Like, I wish I was out there, but when I was deciding to move, the number one thing that was important to me was to get away from all of the drama that was going on. Hold on, let me see where this camera's at. Hang on. Alright, so I didn't give a crap, like, what happened. I just wanted to get out of the situation I was in so that I was away from the drama, right? But I had the option to go back to Florida and go live with, like, my mom for a little bit until I figured out my shit, and then I would get my own place again. But Florida was not a place that was going to be good for me. Florida's toxic. There's a lot of really shitty people there that I don't want to be around. And it was just going to be a bad idea for me. I did have also the chance to go to California, but I had my fox still, and foxes are illegal in California. So I already had lived in a state where I shouldn't have had him for like 2 years, and it really was like scary for me, you know, because anytime I posted a video or I did anything and went hiking, or if I went out and did a vlog, I had to really, really hide where I was, because if anybody saw that I had a fox on my channel and then knew where I lived, I would have had, you know, the animal people knocking on my door in a heartbeat. So I asked before I moved I let them know I had him for 8 years, and I had my license for so long and like all this stuff, and I wouldn't be taking him out in public, and I wouldn't be like doing anything that's going to risk him being out in the wild or nothing like that. Like I wouldn't be keeping him outside. He'd have proper containment, like all this stuff. And I said, can I please, still bring him? Like I asked for permission, and they were like, no, if you bring him and we find him here, we're going to put him down. Like that was their answer. So I had to be super careful because Scout meant the world to me. But me having a better life and giving my animals a better life was more important to me at the time than following that rule, which is not a good decision to make. But I really did end up being able to give him a way better life because of that move. So I don't beat myself up over doing something wrong because it ended up being something very good. I never had any problems. The one downside, though, is I couldn't really take him to the vet. So I had to make friends who were vets to come over to help whenever there was a problem because I couldn't actually bring him to a vet's office. It would have been illegal. So, stuff like that made me have a little bit of a hard time, and I knew Scout was getting older. So going to California would have made that way worse because knowing that he's getting older, I knew that eventually I'd have to bring him to the vet, even if it was just to put him down because he was doing too bad. Imagine if he was suffering and I couldn't bring him to the vet to get him put down. Like, what would I do in that situation? Like, I'd have to either put him down myself or let him suffer until he dies. And I could never live with myself to do something like that. So I made the decision to move somewhere else where he was going to be legal and allowed to be, and I wasn't going to have any problems, and where people would respect his species more. In California, they don't really care. They would just put him down. So that's kind of like why I didn't end up moving out there. It's kind of like the long version of why I didn't go out in that direction, but it would have been really cool to be out there to actually meet those guys and talk to those guys and stuff, because right around the time that I was moving was around the time that I had just started watching him, so it was like about 3 years ago. So I didn't know like what it was all going to turn into, because I saw Ice as do you guys remember Justin from Justin.tv? He was the guy whose site ended up becoming Twitch. Well, if you don't know this, Justin.tv, before it was Twitch, it was a website for this guy. I think he's like an Asian guy, right? Or something like that. Maybe Filipino, I don't remember. But he had a backpack on with like a camera attached to, I think, his hat. And he had the cameras going 24/7. They would never shut off, and they were constantly streamed to the website, Justin.tv. And whenever he would go to sleep or go to the bathroom or do anything like that, he would just put the camera down, kind of like I do, so it's not facing him. And then, or if he was like with a girl and they were doing stuff, like a lot of the times, like sometimes he would stream stuff, sometimes he would hide the camera, like under his hat or something, but you would still have a live feed going on at all times. So when I saw what Ice was doing, I kind of related him to that. Like, I was just like, oh, he's just another guy who is running around with a constant live stream nonstop. But I couldn't ever find his streams. I was like, how come I'm seeing all these like little clips about him in the news and popping up online, but I don't see any like of his videos, because I didn't know where he was streaming at the time or anything. So then when I found out that he had made the move to YouTube because he got banned on Twitch, I was like, oh shit, like now I can actually watch him, and I started watching him on a regular basis and stuff. And I realized that he was a different kind of streamer. It was not like a life streamer like someone like Justin was. So I thought that was really cool, and then it reminded me a lot of the stuff that I did with my Hardcore Mayhem project I told you about, and that turned me to being more entertained by that type of content, because it just reminded me about all of the stuff I used to do. So I was just like, that's kind of cool. But a lot of my friends and a lot of the people I know are all from where he's from. Like I grew up pretty much where he was from. Would I be on the CX network? I mean, of course, like I would love to be more of a part of that network. Like the only part of that network that I am at the moment is I'm a watcher. I'm just a fan. I'm just somebody who joins the chat and, tries to help out some of those guys. Like I mod for a couple of them, and, I've tried to help a couple of them out online. And for me, like, I feel like I'm already a part of that community. Like, I'm a part of the Reddit. I watch them on a regular basis. So I already feel like I'm a part of that, but I'm not like a streamer. I'm like a lone streamer from where I'm at, you know? Like, I don't have a community of friends who also stream or enjoy having the camera around. Like, the people that I know that are out here really don't care to have a camera pointed at them, and especially not all the time. And everywhere I go, I have a camera, and I'm always taking pictures or videotaping stuff, and that's just what I do. It's what I've done since I was in my teens. Like, I don't know, like, how else to even describe it. It's just, I feel weird without it, you know? Like, it's just become a part of me. I guess pretty much I'm a cyborg now, right? So it's just like something that I enjoy doing, and I really love being able to go back and look at stuff that happened in my life, stuff that I've forgotten about, things that maybe are very minuscule that don't really have meaning at the time, but then when I go back and I watch the videos or they pop up on my feed, I'm just like, oh, I didn't realize that at the time. And then I kind of like learn stuff, you know? It's kind of like you have the opportunity to go back and look at yourself from an outside point of view. Like even stuff the other day at the zoo or yesterday when I was walking around and I was talking about certain things, I went back and I heard some of the things I said and I was like, oh, I was wrong about that. I just realized right now that what I was saying is not fully correct because you know, when you're in the moment, you don't realize what's going on. And I've always thought it was really, really cool to be able to go back and reflect on those moments and try to better myself, you know, in some way, and just realize the things that maybe I'm doing that I don't like and things that I feel like I need to change. And yeah, and a lot of people do tell me as well, like Taylor just said, you know, a lot of people tell me that my streams either help them or they enjoy my pictures or they've been inspired because of the content that I post. So it gives me reason to just keep doing it, you know. And if everybody really hated what I was doing, or if I really got like, you know, 99% of my followers and people telling me like, dude, you really need to stop, like I would take that into consideration, you know. But I get a lot of people who give me really positive feedback, so I feel like I'm doing something right. And because I enjoy doing it, it just makes sense. And on top of it, now I get paid to do it, so why not? They always say, do what you love, right? Welcome back, Scotty. Do you still play Roblox? Streamer House? No, I don't think I would do Streamer House, but only because of her. I couldn't live inside of another house with her, especially not a streamer house. But I've thought about streamer house stuff before. Like, I've lived with friends. We used to stream. Here, actually, check this out. I was trying to dump this tape today. Hang on. Let me put this here. I might as well just put it to charge real quick while we're here. So I've been having some weird problem with my computer, and my my old video tape player, and I'm trying to dump all of my old streams and my old tapes so I can start uploading the ones that aren't really bad to my channel. So this is what we call an old school video camera that takes tapes like these, and I have a live stream we did where I was with my friend Laura, and we were, I think we were pretending to be like cholos, and I don't know if you know what that is. It's like, she would put like this really thick lip liner, like eyeliner almost, around her lip line, and then she would have like a light colored lipstick on, and then she would do her eyebrows all crazy, and I would have like my hat sideways with a bandana, and then I would get tinfoil and put it on my teeth and make it look like I was like totally gangster. And her boyfriend at the time too, Damien, was there. Some of you guys may know Damien Carrion. He played for a band called Shattered Glass Playground with my road manager for a little while, and I don't know if he's still doing that band or not. he was there. And then Laura's cousin Vanessa, who you might have seen the video that I did for Hardcore Mayhem where she was vomiting. It was called Vomit Class or something, and she was like making herself throw up on command without using her fingers down her throat. She would just open her mouth and vomit. It was like her talent in Hardcore Mayhem. So we would make her like randomly vomit on people just because we thought it was funny that she could just projectile vomit across the room and like hit somebody. Anyway, that girl, she was there too, and I think maybe Matt Havoc was on his way or something that day, but I have one of my old streams. Hang on, turn the volume up. I don't know what we're saying, so if we say anything bad, please forgive me. I was like early 20s at the time. Oh, we were watching the limo episode. I think we were showing it to Vanessa. I think at this point Vanessa had never seen the limo episode, so we were showing it to her because she was in it. She actually vomited on someone in that video. I have it on my Vimeo account right now. But I found all these old streams, right? And I started trying to dump them onto my computer, but for some reason Premiere won't let me access the camera through the... I tried the FireWire. Remember I installed a FireWire card in my computer? It didn't work. It sees the camera, but it won't let me actually record it. And then the USB also lets me connect. Like, you hear that little connection sound, so like it was successfully connected to the computer, but then it doesn't actually let me record. Then I guess my only other option now is there's like a little thing here where you can put the composite wires, so I have to go dig those out of my box. And then I have this Dazzle thing that Rich actually gave to me a long time ago to dump his VHS tapes. But I'm going to have to get the other one because it doesn't take this connection, it takes a different one here on the side. So I'm going to basically find the right cable. I'm going to have to try to dump it like this. The only problem is this makes the resolution even worse. And this is already like 480p, you know? So it's going to probably be kind of grainy, but whatever, it's old school footage, so that's the way it is. And also, it's squared and not widescreen, as you can see.
Penny, I miss you.
What's up? Hey, Laura, you look good. Where the fuck are your eyebrows? Shit talk, because I don't have any either. How you guys doing? That was a good clip. Oh.
Go ahead, tell them what's up.
Penny, I miss you. If I was stranded on an island, I think you're the only friend I would ever need in my entire life. We need to hang out again.
If she's stranded on an island, bring a boat.
What up, Penny?
Yeah, we're all in the house. I'm going to move it over to Joshy right now. I know he wants to talk and say something, so we're going to see what he has to say about it. Oh, yeah, that was on Operator 11. We had the ability to actually grab other people on stream and put them on my show. So while I was live streaming, like if you were live streaming too, I can click on your video, and then all of a sudden my live stream would turn into your live stream, so everyone watching would see your camera, your audio, and it would look like I complete like you took over the stream. And you could have, I think, up to like 6 people that you can switch between. And so what we would do is we would do these live streams out of my house where we would talk to a bunch of our friends and followers and Dead Star fans and stuff. Some of you guys might have been a part of those streams, but those of you who weren't. And what we would do is we would give them the opportunity to talk on stream as well. And it wasn't like we would have, like right now, if you try to do that on YouTube, you would have to use OBS, and then you would have to do like a screen capture of another app like Skype or Hangouts or Discord, and then you would have to take that screen capture and overlay it on your stream and then, you know, output that. So it's kind of like a pain in the ass, so it was really, really cool. Allison, what am I ignoring? That Taylor's mad because we won the Civil War? I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't really see anything that you asked, so maybe I did miss it, so I'm sorry about that. But you can let me know again, and I'll see what the hell you're talking about. And the kid Penny that she was referencing in this video too, he was the guy who I showed you guys last year when I was moving, that I said he might come in the RV with me. He was going to help me move. But unfortunately, I think we didn't have enough money to get him over, plus I think he had work or something that he had to be back for, so he couldn't like just hang out with me for too long. And I really wish he would have come, because he was a really funny dude. Oh, what's that?
Allison, send money for all the chats.
Yeah, send money, Allison. How about that? Then at least I hear it read out loud. But I really miss your thing. So if you said something on the chat, sorry, I missed it. Thank you, Raquel. I appreciate that. That was cool of you to do.
That's really hot. I like all the red hairs. See? Whoever peed on, was that? Did you guys pee and swear on the same person, or was it a different person? You couldn't really. Was that guy or a girl too? Alright.
Oh, the guy, whoever was on stream, was asking if Laura really did pee on that guy. But if you watch the video, it's obvious that she really did, because you see where the pee's coming out of. It was bad. No wonder it got banned off YouTube. Anyway, I don't know. I think we also got someone to drink their pee on this stream, or one of these streams. I wish I had recorded like the screen grab from my computer. Oh, wait. She's gonna do one of her tricks. I can't show you the whole thing, but
I can't.
she's cracking eggs.
2 eggs and what else?
This is Vanessa's protein shake. 2 eggs. 2 eggs and a shot of Goldschlager. Of course, it's golden. This is what gets you going in the morning.
Oh man, she's really putting that Goldschlager in the eggs. That's fucked up.
I hope you're ready for this,
Hold on a
America.
second, let's put the lens back on so we can try and get this. Here, come here and get closer.
No. Drink it just like that. Thank you, God, for blessing us with this food. Drink it. All right.
Oh man, that's fucking
Drink
wrong.
it. Drink the yolk. Drink it.
Oh, she's definitely fucking...
Oh, you should see her face.
That's just wrong. Let me see your mouth. Let me see you swallow that.
I haven't seen that face.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey.
I know that was... Hi, Allison.
Where is that water?
Are you seriously picking that up?
If she pukes that up, Laura, you're fucking drinking it.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Why?
You're
Why
drinking
do I have to drink that?
If she pukes it up, you're
I
fucking
can't
drinking
drink up something.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely puking it up.
I'm telling you.
I cannot drink somebody's puke. That's crazy.
I can't show it.
Oh, she definitely puked that up.
Can you hear it?
Fill the bowl. No. Here, hold on. Let me go get some cereal.
Oh, and it's brown because it's eggs mixed with bile.
I can't look at it. I'm gonna fucking puke.
Hold on, I'll show you this, my reaction.
Are you really?
There's that chocolatey stuff you gave me.
Oh, I can't look at it. I can't look at it. I'm gonna fucking puke.
Alright.
Are you really gonna? I'm seriously, my eyes are watering. I'm ready to puke too.
Do you want me to drink this? Who out there wants me to drink this?
We gotta see who they want. If they
You
want to drink
gotta, you
it.
gotta aim it at the bowl.
Hold on a second. We're gonna stop this for 1 minute
No,
because I'm
come
about
on.
to fucking throw up.
No,
Hold
don't
on.
do it. You can't cut. You can't
Penny
cut.
Arcade's got something
Don't
to say.
cut. Don't cut. Don't cut. Don't cut. They're gonna think it's fake.
All right, then fucking.
You guys see the puke?
Don't drink all of it. Just think. I'm ready to throw up.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you guys want it?
Wow.
You guys want it? Ready?
They want it. It smells like.
Okay, I can't show it. She drank it.
You can't do it.
Ugh. Where am I supposed to post this video? Should I just put it on Vimeo?
All right. Stop this.
Oh man, you know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. I'll post this video on YouTube, but then I'll cut out the part where she's drinking the vomit and where she's vomiting, and I'll put a link somewhere to the full video if you want to watch it. So I'll edit the video so that it's completely, you know, PC for YouTube. And I won't monetize it, I guess. I probably can't. I don't know. I can try it, but I don't think I will. They probably won't allow a video like that, even though we're just... Most of the live stream is good, because we're just talking to people, so it might not be that bad. As long as I cut the bad stuff out, I think we'll be good. And then I'll put the unedited version on, like, my website or something. So, if anybody really wants to see that crazy content from back in the day, like, I want to post this stuff online, because, I mean, we did it, so why not show it to people? No one's ever seen this stuff. It never made it online because I kept getting banned. But I can put it on my own website now that I have one. I need a chance to breathe for a second because this is fucking wrong. That's just fucking...
It's delicious.
Alright, I don't know. I'm gonna cut to another clip from Hardcore Mayhem, so you guys... I need a chance to breathe for a second, because this is fucking wrong.
Smell it.
Get it off of my face! Fuck! Alright, I got...
Oh my god, that smells... Vanessa, like, whoa.
Best show I've seen yet.
Did you ever doubt me, or what? I drank it and I picked it up right away. I couldn't hold it down.
We had a lot of fun back then shooting this show, though. I do have to admit that. Oh, yeah, she drank a bunch of chocolate stuff. That's why it was brown.
Hang, but I couldn't hang as well as I thought.
It's alright. Come back on
I'm
that.
sorry, guys. I couldn't hold it in much longer. I puked it up as soon as I drank it. I'm sorry. I thought I could hang, but I couldn't hang as well as I thought.
It's alright. I got another idea that's coming up next. I was in my early 20s in this video. And I'm wearing my anal shirt. Yeah, the other cool thing that they let us do on this website is, like, if I'm in the middle of streaming like this, I can hit a button and it would play a video that I uploaded to the site, you know, previously. So, like, if I wanted to play one of my music videos as a commercial, I could just hit the button and then that music video would play. Or I could play, like, a video from, like, another show if I was talking about it. So it was, like, live, almost like a live video switcher, like you have at professional, you know, like news stations or other media places like that. So I loved having those tools because I would put together like all these commercials and stuff that I would build out, but they were commercials for stuff that we were doing with the band. So, or like for Hardcore Mayhem, like we would, like when we made a DVD, I would play like the commercial for that and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. All right, Abaddon, I'll see you later. You should get Wi-Fi, and you don't have to worry about data. Data. Alright, after we put on Penny Arcade, I'm going to make them do that so that you can see it, and then we want to see your boy-on-boy action that you keep bragging about. Wait, what?
Because I'd like to see some girl-on-girl action. Boy-on-boy action if you could show us girl-on-girl.
Alright, after we put on Penny Arcade, I'm going to make them do that so that you can see it, and then we want to see your boy-on-boy action that you keep bragging about. See, we got away with everything, man. That guy who ran that site was so fucking cool. I mean, he still is. I talk to him every once in a while, but, yeah, Penny, I guess, was saying that he was going to make out with his guy friend if the two chicks there at my house would make out with each other. And, like, we got away with this stuff. We were allowed to live stream this shit, and they didn't care. Like, it wasn't that bad. I'm now getting your attention this way. About what? Girl-on-girl action? Yeah, in those days we definitely got away with a lot more. But it's not even that. Like, the guy who ran the site, he is a live streamer. He's somebody who actually had video cameras in his whole house. He had video cameras in his toilet. He had video cameras everywhere. And him and his girlfriend at the time, like, lived in this house that was pretty much a streamer house with just the two of them. So if he was having sex or if he was doing anything else, people were paying to watch. Like, he would just live stream it on his website. So, this guy knows about live streaming. He's actually a part of it. The problem with YouTube is the people who create and work on YouTube don't actually really use YouTube the way that we do. So they don't really know. Like, they don't know what we need for tools and what we enjoy doing on YouTube. They have no clue. They just keep breaking stuff. Like, why the hell would you put a subscribe button, but then add a notification button, and then on the notification button, you add a drop down for whether or not you want to be notified sometimes, all the time, I'm feeling lucky? Like, really? Just fucking subscribe. If you want to get people's notifications, you hit the subscribe button. If you don't want notifications anymore, you unsubscribe. It's that simple. Like, I don't get why they have to complicate it and then do all these algorithm changes that breaks everything, you know? But I'm just bitter because it's affecting me, so whatever. But I'm just glad that back then we got to get away with so much, you know? Like, we had a lot of fun. We didn't get in trouble for it.
Alright, now I'm not doing it.
Whatever, insect.
Oh, wait. What happened? No, 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 not record. I turned it off. I almost hit record by accident. Recorded over it.
Laura, please stick that back in. Alright, now I'm not doing it.
Come on, just shut up and do it.
They're like cousins, so it was weird for them to go make out. They're pretty much like cousins.
We're making people make out.
It's like with Laura, like, all my friends back then used to think that her and I were hooking up, and everybody would tell me that I should hook up with her, because she's, you know, she's a good-looking girl, so everybody would just be like, oh, you guys are definitely hooking up or whatever, but I wasn't. Like, I felt like she was like my sister, so, you know, like, we were just pretty much best friends, and I think that's kind of like her relationship with her. I don't know if they're actually blood relatives or not. I never really figured that out. If you know how, like, people call themselves cousins and stuff when they're not really cousins? So I was kind of confused to that always, of to whether or not they were, like, best friends like that or actual, like, blood cousins.
I want to tell you that that brown stuff in Vanessa's puke is this.
Yes.
Oh, really?
About to start taking their clothes off. And since you pulled that chocolate out, I want to tell you that that brown stuff in Vanessa's puke is this.
Yes. Absolutely.
We've been drinking.
That's what was in my throat before I threw it up.
It was that, eggs, and fucking cold.
Ew.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know. What the fuck are we doing? No, I'm not going to. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. And by the way, KP fucking text messaged me. Chocolicious.
Look at her lips. Look at her lips. Oh, that's sexy, baby. See, now you look like you normally do in the morning.
Alright, for Penny, this is gonna be for you.
Yeah, this is a good video. I gotta figure out a way to get it imported into my computer. I'm gonna look for that cable tonight. I have many more. I have like 2 whole cases of videos like these. Oh, we got a taser too.
What's going on? Why isn't it working properly?
No. Hey. Oh, fuck that.
Come on, dude.
Zapping people with tasers was like a regular, almost everyday thing at my house.
I know it was worse than the old one that we used to have.
Oh yeah, and then we were stapling each other.
God damn it. Why is it always gotta be my turn next?
I Alright, your turn.
Damn. Don't mess up my tattoos.
Pussy.
Call the wambulance. She did too. She stapled my arm, and then I stapled her stomach. I forgot about all this stuff.
Oh no, wait, that might injure like a nerve. A nerve? Do it here. That'll hurt more. Do it.
Let me put it in your eyeball. That'll hurt more.
No,
Come
no.
here. Come close. I want to do it to your eyeball.
Hey, why didn't you give her an eyebrow? Oh no, wait, that might injure like a nerve. Or
A nerve? You know what fucking is. Why are people calling me? I'm trying to do a show.
Does that sound familiar? My phone ringing left and right while I'm trying to do a show? Fucking, that used to happen all the time. Like, people would see that I was live, and they would just start calling my phone. Like, I'm not gonna pick up.
I know Matt said he'll bring some shit over.
I'm gonna see if there's anything else in here that's interesting. The tape's almost done. I'm like 50 minutes in now because I keep fast forwarding it. I'm just curious as to like what else kind of content did I have on here.
Everybody stepped out now because I really wish I had the camera on for this, but I had already missed it, so I just let the clip keep playing. Laura decided to try to figure out where it would hurt the most to staple herself, and she stapled herself in the kneecap, and she almost started crying, and it was fucking hilarious, but she had to run out of the room for a minute, and everybody went with her. And I just got a call also from Matt. He's on his way here.
This stuff's hilarious. Come on. Yeah, I don't know, man. As soon as I plug it into my computer, Premiere makes the sound and shows me that it's connected, but it says on the top, capture device not connected or disconnected or something. And I tried like so many different ways. I spent maybe 2 hours messing with it, and I just couldn't get any of the videos imported. So it worked before, and I've done it on Windows 10 before and never had a problem, but now all of a sudden it just doesn't work anymore. So I do have this really old laptop under here, and I'm going to check. You guys see her? I have this really old laptop, so I think it's got Windows XP on it. I'm going to try on there. Are you good? I'm going to show you guys up close what she's doing if I can, if she doesn't move. Let me try and do this a little more sneakily. And let's see how the battery's doing on here. Oh, we're still good. Stay. Stay. No, stay. Stay. It's okay. You're good. You're good. She got scared of the live view for a second. What's going on? Give me a paw. I still got these stupid gloves on. I haven't made it outside yet. You want to say hi to everyone? She didn't lick the screen, did she? Oh, there's some slobber. Sorry. Sorry I put my breath in your face. This is actually a really good lens. It doesn't get scratched up by that. Oh, wait, I do have the thing, though, right? I think I have it in my pocket. Is that it? No. No, don't leave. You are being so cute. You are being so cute. You are being so cute. And now you want to leave. Don't leave. You are being cute. Grr. Go. Grr. Show everybody how mean you are. Grr. Go. Uh-oh, itchies. Yeah, her fur's all coming in. Look at this. This is all her winter fur coming in, like all this gray stuff underneath. And it's starting to get really thick, so she's been really itchy lately. Plus, she keeps getting rained on every time she goes outside, so. Look how much fur she has. Like, it's so long up here on the top. Especially when she puts her hackles up. She looks like a freaking hyena. Oh, also, that place that I went to yesterday, the animal park thing, they said that they have another park that's opening. They gave me like a piece of paper for it. I have it over here, but apparently it's not that far from where the other place is that I went, but they said it's going to be a much better place, and that they're going to have like hyenas and shit. So I was like, oh man, you guys got to give me a tour of that place when it opens up. So that might be an opportunity if all goes well. I think it would be cool to go play with some hyenas, huh, Luna? You want to go play with a hyena? Do you want to play with a hyena? She's like, what are you doing? Does that feel good? Apparently. Is it like a back massage? I tried to put that vibrating pillow thing on her from the chair, but she didn't really like the noise. She got freaked out by it. No, don't step on the live view. What are you doing? You're going to ruin it. You're too big. You're probably going to knock out a cable or something. What? What? You want to fight? You want to fight? You see her trying to hit me with her butt? They do this thing called butt checking, where they kind of take their hips and they like bump it into you to try to push you over. And it's just kind of like a way that she plays or tries to just kind of like be a little bit more dominant when she's playing around. So she just kind of like knocks into you. Right? Right? You gonna hit me with your butt? You gonna hit me with your butt? No, 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 not the live view. See? You don't hit me with your butt. Are you too itchy to play right now? Got your leg. Got your leg. Got your leg. Got your leg. She's like, I don't care. I got an itch. See? She doesn't care. She's just too caught up on itching her leg. Hey, 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 I'm trying to play with you. Hey, hey dog. I know her limits too, trust me. I know when she gets annoyed by something and I leave her alone. I don't ever push her. So I can do stuff like this with her because I've, lived with her whole life, so I know how she is. So right now she's just being silly. Like I could tell because she's doing this thing that I call smiling. Like she kind of looks like she's smiling when she has her mouth open like that. It's kind of like she's laughing. And usually when she has that face on, I know that she's just playing around and she's in a good mood. But sometimes I can tell, like, if I start picking on her like that, like doing this, like, she'll give me a certain look, and I'm like, okay, it's time to stop messing with her. She doesn't want to play anymore. So I would never recommend just doing that to a dog you don't know. Let me show you this thing real quick. Allison, why are you panicky? Don't be panicky. You're only allowed to panic at the disco. Well, if you're ever out this way, I'll take you to a cornfield. You can go running, full blast, and then disappear into the corn. It'll be like running off into a sunset, you know? Riding into a sunset, except into corn. Okay. See that? Those are tapes I gotta go through. You see that? Those are more tapes I gotta go through. This is why I've never done it in the 10-15 years I've had these tapes. It's just a lot of work and nothing ever works properly. Let's see if I can find another interesting one now. Because I labeled some of them that they're not all... I see Car Crash, Renaissance Fair 2005, Jeremy Torture. That one's an interesting one. That one's going to have to go on my website. That would never be allowed on any streaming site or anything else because this kid, he was a masochist and he loved getting hurt and cutting himself. So he laid down on my floor in my apartment, and my girlfriend at the time, Sarah, and my friend Laura, who you just saw, were pretty much burning him and cutting him and putting ice on him. So he didn't know the difference between whether, because he was blindfolded, so he didn't know whether he was getting cut, burned, or just have ice on his skin. So and we videotaped the whole thing, and he was like all about it. And I walked away for a while. I was like, I'm not going to be a part of this. This is fucked up. But he was solely all about it. He wanted the girls to hurt him and stuff, and they did. And then he left with a huge smile. But yeah, we got that on tape. But I can't really post that anywhere because it's obviously probably people are going to have a really big issue with it. But it's kind of funny when you actually watch it because he was into it. It wasn't like it was against his consent or anything. It's like people are just so sensitive to shit like that these days. Prank calls. Ryan Dunn? What's that? I don't remember what else I had on that tape. Oh yeah, his buddy that was, I think it was, might have been one of his producers or something for a new show that he was starting to do, and he asked Laura to punch him in the face. That was in front of the Roxy in California.
Hey, looks like you fell asleep in some Kool-Aid.
Where? Did I get the shot? Guys are scary when they're like fucking you up.
We're going to the high.
Fucking homie. What's your name?
I just get a little scared because I don't know, like I don't know you and I don't know how.
Hey, it's a little pain for pleasure. It's all right.
It's okay. I'm scared of like falling.
Oh yeah, I think he picked her up and she got freaked out and yelled at him to put her down. So that's what she was talking about there.
Hey, our pussy's pretty sweet.
What are you doing, dog?
Oh my god. Can we not show that part?
I think we should.
Yeah, I won't edit that out.
Alright. Joe? How lost are we? How long have we been lost for?
How lost are we? Does this sound familiar? What do you want? You can't go back outside. It's raining.
Isn't that great?
Whoa. Don't push it over. Meanie. Stop. Stop it.
Shut up, go away.
Why are you so mad at me, Rich?
Why are you fucking on the internet? Here you are in fucking Santa Monica.
Oh, I found another Rich video that's never been up.
Why are you so mad at me, Rich?
Why are you fucking on the internet? Here you are in fucking Santa Monica.
To use the internet.
Source Rex is pissing out their mouth.
We came all the way to Santa Monica. It took us 4 hours. So I have to go on the internet.
Sunset.
We were on Sunset for 2 of those hours. Look at Joe's.
Yeah, oh yeah, I didn't show you. He's on this tape. Hang on a second. Luna, can you stop? You can't go outside right now. It's raining. It's raining, little lady. yeah, that's where he picked her up and she started freaking out. Luna, stop. Yes.
What's the name of your new show?
There's no name yet. I'm gonna name it The Worthless Show.
Yeah, it's when he was talking to us about this new show that he was doing. But he didn't have it all worked out yet. Like, they were still in talks of what they were going to be doing on the show. But we were outside of, I think, the Roxy, like, hanging out with him and his other friend, Steve, I think, or something. Not Steve-O, but somebody else. Yeah.
No, not because of me.
See, now you gotta blame it all on him.
Yeah.
In spite of me, you crazy.
Careful, careful.
Have you been?
What's the name of your new show?
There's no name yet. I'm gonna name it.
Yeah, he was cool, man. He was such a cool dude. Hang on, let me just open the door for her to see if that's what she's trying to do. See you later if you're leaving, Alex. Yeah, so even a tape like this that's seemingly harmless, there's clips in here of her punching that kid in the face, so I couldn't even upload the full video of that either. I have to edit it.
Now you gotta blame it all on him.
Rich Holmes,
I'm out here just to work, you know. I'm on a record label, so
can
I
you
got.
just tell us how much you love Hardcore Mayhem?
It's the best ever.
Hardcore Mayhem. You know what the fuck is going on.
I have no idea what.
That's funny. There's, let me see. Where's the other ones? I should probably rewind this one all the way and then put one of the other ones in. Oh, they're right here. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool shit like that on here, on all these tapes. I just gotta figure a way to get them on the computer. Oh, Raquel, are you talking about whether or not certain things are allowed on porn sites because of the, like the type of videos that I'm showing that I keep saying like I can't put that kind of stuff online? Like, are you talking about the relationship between that? Because I did work in the porn industry as an editor and creating websites for people for like 6 years, so if you have any questions, I'm sure I can probably answer some of them. When it comes to the stuff with this, yeah, they have a bunch of laws in place about what you can and cannot show, and even if it's consensual, like there's certain things you're just not allowed to have on any website, really. So some people get away with it because they just haven't been found out about yet, and some people just mask it under different terms and stuff so they don't get caught, you know. It really depends on what you're talking about specifically, but videos like these wouldn't be allowed on something like a porn site, let's say, because of the sheer fact that it's not porn, so they don't want like random shit on their servers that's not porn, because then if people come across it, they're going to be pissed that you're watching regular content on a porn site. So like I couldn't even upload this type of content to those sites if I wanted to, like not safe for work. I would have to put it on my own personal website, and that's it. The problem with that is if it's a large video file, then when a lot of people are watching it at the same time, the whole website's going to lag, and the video's going to lag, and no one's really going to be able to watch it properly. So I'd have to make it like a flash video or something like that. I don't know, something really lightweight. And then also I want it to be something that you can't just rip off my website. You can't just rip off the internet. So that people just don't make their own copies and re-upload it to their own sites and stuff, you know? Protections like that. So this all things that I have to think about before putting some of this stuff online. Hummer limo? Bookstore date? What does that say? Does that say what I think it does? I don't know. City streets, and then it says KP Bambulance. Yeah, I don't even know what's on half of these, to be honest. So that's why I was like, if I say something bad or did something bad when I hit play, forgive me. Because I really don't know what I'm watching.
Hey, what's up? We're here at City Streets in Coconut Creek, Florida, and we're hanging out over here at the skate park with KP, the original. And what are you going to do for us today?
I'm gonna go do a disaster thing on that big quarter pipe over there with all the mini garage.
Hey, Ashley.
Alright, cool. We're going to go over there and check it out.
Alright.
No, Raquel, people are not supposed to be cutting themselves and stuff in porn. You're not really allowed to show that. Oh, this was just when I used to go to the skate park all the time. We were doing a bunch of tricks on the skateboard and videotaping it. Hang on, I gotta hit this button. Ah. Okay, hold on, I can't see what I'm doing.
If
Okay.
you want to get low, like...
Do people even watch skate videos anymore? Is that even like still a thing? Yeah, chat, I know, right? It's a lot of content in my hands and I need to get it on the computer somehow. But I'm having trouble connecting it. And I've always had an issue with this. This is why I never got to editing all of this stuff, because it was always such a pain in the ass, because it was fucking recorded on tape. Like, if it was on digital, man, I would have had all this stuff edited already. But Okay, let me give you an idea of what it's going to take for me to edit these videos. So each one of these tapes are about an hour to 2 hours long, because you can have it on like long play when you're like a long play mode or slow play mode or something. So it actually records, I think it's actually a little bit lower of quality, but it lets you record double the time on these tapes. So sometimes I would use that, I don't know why, but most of the time I recorded a full hour on these tapes. So each one of these cases hold 50 tapes. I have 2 of them that I can fill completely, plus I have a whole nother stack of tapes upstairs. So I have over 200 tapes. If each tape is 1 hour, that's over 200 hours of footage that I have to figure out what's on those tapes. Some of them are labeled, but they have like one line on them, so an hour long is not really able to be described. I have like 3 things I wrote down in the back here, and I'm sure there's a lot more on the tape. One of them says, "Girl shoot 001 shit," in quotes. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that is. So, yeah, that's like over 200 hours that I'd have to sift through, just fast forwarding on these tapes, just to try to find out what's on each tape. And then, oh, what up, Class A Living? Welcome to the chat. Are you dipping out? If so, peace out. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, dude. So yeah, I would have to go through all these tapes, figure out what's on them, write it down so I don't forget, maybe label them a little bit more properly in like a book. I had to do this once when I was editing the Dead Star DVD, and I had to go all through the DSA tapes. Like, I had a notebook that I wrote, like, the name of the tape, and then what was on it. So I would have, like, 5 minutes in, this happens. So anytime anything notable happened that I wanted to dump onto the computer, I would write down. I don't have enough space on my computer. I don't have enough hard drives to dump all of these tapes onto the computer. So that's another issue I have. Every time I fill up a hard drive, I got to take all my old footage that I already used and dump it onto another hard drive, which also takes like an hour to transfer because they're really large files. One of these tapes is about 14 to 20 gigs of data. So if you add that up. Can these tapes go on Patreon? No. Patreon has a policy against this type of content, I'm sure. But I can put it on my site. I just have to figure out a way to do it where it's not going to lag for everyone when they're watching it. So, imagine 10 years ago with these tapes, 13 to 20 gigs a tape. There's absolutely no way I would have ever been able to dump all these tapes into my computer and edit them. Hard drives were just still too expensive. Computers weren't fast enough to edit like long footage like this. So whenever I would dump one of these tapes into Premiere, it would completely lag and crash because I'd have to break up the files into sections. So then I'd have to go through each tape, and instead of just letting the whole tape dump into my computer while I walk away and go make food or something, that's what would happen. I'd end up just having major issues with just getting this content online. But now, hard drives are easier to come by. My computer's a bit faster than it used to be. But this thing's legacy, so it's not fucking connecting to the computer. So it's constantly something. It's constantly an issue with trying to get this footage up. But I'm going to make it happen. I have this out for a reason. I've been fighting with all of it because there's a lot of really good stuff on here that I want to share on my channel. And I'm going to make it happen this year at some point. I'll figure it out. Even if I have to get like a new fucking tape deck to put these tapes in, I'll do it. I'll do whatever I gotta. But before I die, these need to go up on the internet. Because somebody else is going to find them and they're going to burn them. Fernando, what am I holding? These are all tapes full of content from back in the day. All my old live streams. All of my old stuff. Maybe start a new project. I don't need to. I already have a YouTube channel for Hardcore Mayhem. And I had the domain name too for Hardcore Mayhem. So I could at any point just put it all up. Why is it asking me to reboot my computer? Because they have an update. No, another time. They just want to break my computer. VLC, that's a good point. Let me open it up. I don't think it will. But another program that okay, so it's got to be a driver issue on Windows 10. I have to find that card, the FireWire card. I have to find out what kind it is, if I can find the model number or something on it. I'm going to pull it out tonight, and I'll see if I can get the right drivers for it. But here, let me show you what happens. Where's my cable? Give me a second. Checking the batteries on everything. What's up, Falcor? Meow. I need a cable. Hang on. Come this way. Okay. I got you. I got you. Good? I'm trying to hold the cat at the same time so he doesn't fall. I got it. It's stuck. This would be a lot easier without a cat on my lap. Meow! Don't get mad at me. You're the one sitting here while I'm trying to do something. Wrong cable. Why did it... Oh, okay. I see. Sorry, guy. You can lay behind me. Don't worry, I won't crush you. Alright. This is just a USB cord. Here, listen. See? It says it's connected, right? What is it called? Play Memories is a app from this Sony camera that I bought. You like the back of my shirt? It says, I'm a fucking robot. Pretty much. Walking around with all this tech gear stuck to me all the time. Hang on. The ball sometimes on my nose ring goes into my nose and then it itches, so I had to move it. Don't judge me. Okay, so Play Memories is an app from Sony to import stuff from this camera that I'm using for live streaming. However, they have an app that's a part of it that says import from tape Handycam, and this is it here, and it says import from tape, and it says import videos from the Handycam connected with an iLink cable. An iLink cable, I don't even know what that is. Let me look it up. Oh, okay, an iLink cable is that FireWire cable. Okay, so it's not working because maybe it's the USB one, right? Okay, fine. Let me grab the iLink cable because I have one of those. Okay, so here's one that I used to use all the time with this camera to import everything. It's like FireWire here, and I guess that's called iLink. Don't look at my butt while I'm down here, okay? Oh wait, Luna's back. Nothing. I hear no sound. rain. Okay. Nothing. Look. It still doesn't look like it did anything. Alright, you didn't hear the sound, so let me... try a different port. Let me see if this board has an actual firewire built into the onboard. You saw my butt. Stop looking at my butt. No, it doesn't show the legacy, and I tried looking for the legacy. And here, I mean, if you can help me find the legacy one, I'll definitely try to install that, because I read the same thing you probably did that says to find that. But when I went to find on your computer or whatever, I didn't see it, but maybe I missed it. So let me try again if you think that that will help. Okay. See, mine is just the regular OHCI compliant host controller, but let me do update driver, browse my computer for driver software. Let me pick from my list of available. See, there's nothing here that says legacy. So what do I do? Hey, Fernando, why? What's going on? What's he doing? Bigger than Nicki Minaj? Well, hey, I'm Brazilian, so I got that Brazilian booty, okay? Deal with it. So, where do I get this legacy driver from? Do I have to hit have disk? No, that's not it. You're going to test it on your PC? Okay. I mean, if you have the install file on there, send it to me. Shit. So, there's all this really awesome content I got. Oh, here, while we're waiting for you to find that, let me do this. Blow the dust off this thing. Ooh, that's horrible. Look at this thing. The Toshiba satellite computers, dude, these laptops. This one's HP, but the ones that were like this for Toshiba, have you guys ever seen the satellites? Those things last a lifetime. Mine is still alive. I've had it for years, and it can't run things worth a damn, but it fucking works. It's slow as shit. And I gotta be careful, because if this comes unplugged, it automatically just dies because there's no battery left. Where the hell's the plug for this? Oh, it's back here. This thing even has a CD player. Really, Falcor? Can you not be in there? What, are you gonna go in my drawer now? cats, man. Look at this shit. You guys remember this load up window? What's an XP? What's an XP? Oh, I killed it. I accidentally pulled the plug. Hang on a second. I'm gonna see what the hell Luna did over there. She was making some weird sounds. Oh, great. Great, Windows XP. Already crashing. I have another one here I can try too. Oh, hey Delia. Just stopping by to say hi. Alright, what's up, man? What you doing? You don't like the Toshiba brand? Yeah, but man, the those old satellite laptops, they work really well. Mine is still alive. Alright, Resource Dragon. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. You think this is an old laptop? I had a laptop that I don't know if I still have it or not. I might have kept it just for vintage sake. It had 16 megabytes of RAM, okay? It took about a half hour just to boot up the computer. Like, I would have to plug it in, turn it on, and just walk away. And like a half hour, I would come back, and it would finally load. Oh yeah, I forgot you can't click the trackpad on these. He's messing with my stuff. What are you doing, Falcor? Luna, what are you doing? There's nothing there for you. Hi, you're all wet. You're all wet. You're all wet. No, don't come rub on me. You're soaked from the rain outside. She's like, here, feel my paw. It's wet too, and I got mud all over it. Great. I forgot what my password was, and it says you can click what? I forgot my password. I thought it was like test 1, 2, 3 that I put for this laptop. But it's not working. Or maybe just test. Because I remember I used to use this just to mess around with. Oh wait, that worked. Or maybe not. Did it work? Best password ever? Or did it freeze? It's stuck. See my problem? See where it begins and ends? I can't ever get anything to fucking work properly. Because I have all this old shit that I'm trying to make use out of still, and none of it ever freaking works. Eventually I will be able to get everything I need. Let me see what my hint was. Oh, okay. This one wasn't test, it was TTTT. Just leak my own passwords, like I care. This is a fucking Windows XP computer. I don't even use it. I look like a spy with the gloves and the laptop. That's funny. I don't even think I have Premiere on here, to be honest. I'm gonna have to find like an old version of Premiere, like CS 5 or 4 or some shit. Alright, where's programs? All programs. I forgot how to use Windows XP. It's been a while. Don't judge me. I have Videolan on here, so VLC at least is there. No Adobe stuff though. Alright, that's fine. I'll find it later. I have my Raspberry Pi stuff on here though. And I had all my hacking stuff on here for Android, because I used to hack my phones all the time so I could put CyanogenMod. Did any of you guys ever use CyanogenMod on your Android phones? I did that for a while, thinking I was badass. All I did was make the phone work a bunch slower. I'm going to turn on the computer here with some music, because otherwise it's too silent. You see, usually I have other streamers on, and I'm just watching them do their thing. So it's probably the same thing that you guys do with my streams, where you just keep it on. Who here is in my chat from CX? And I only asked that because this morning, did you guys see what happened to Broke Malone? I was on the stream. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. He almost got his fucking ass beat by some big Persian dudes. Because he was streaming in this house that he was invited to a party, and the guy just didn't like the fact that he was streaming, and he didn't want to end the stream. So he just said, "Don't worry, I'll just sit here in the corner with the camera on me. I won't point it at you." The guy fucking lost his shit. Because he was like, he said, "You don't want to see that side of me," and then, no, he said, this is how he said, "You don't want to see that side of me, blood? You don't want to see that side of me, blood?" That's what he said. And then Broke Malone was just like, "You don't want to see that side of me either." But he was just kind of like sitting there in the corner, like saying it under his breath, and then the guy got up and he's like, West Side Bloods," and like he started yelling all this shit. And all his friends were there and stuff, so I got actually really scared because the phone got taken away from him, and it sounded like he went to go grab a gun, because all the girls were like, "No, please don't do that again." And they all sounded like they were about to start crying because the guy was flipping out. Luckily he got out of there alive, but I do not want to watch this kid get shot, and these idiots in the chat kept telling him to fight. Fuck, dude, like, what's wrong with people? He should not go back and fight, like, not when he's by himself. Like, maybe if EBZ was there, he could have slapped some sense into someone, but being alone, like, just him, versus all these dudes in the house, and, like, no, not worth it. Not worth getting shot over. Because he ended up leaving, and then everybody in the chat kept donating and saying that he's a pussy for walking away from the fight. But, like, if the guy pulled out a gun or a knife, there would have been nothing he could do. And if the camera got knocked down to the floor, he would have never had any proof that anything happened. They would have just said he was trespassing and whatever, you know, like, you never know. It's just a fucked up thing to... Look, I've even posted it on my channel already about what happened to my best friend and road manager. I talk about it all the time, because it's not something to fuck around with. I mean, he got shot. He got murdered in Fort Lauderdale. And, like, people do that shit. It's not... Just because you're holding up a selfie stick with a camera is not going to stop some guy who's crazy and in a gang from shooting you. It's just not. The guy just got out of jail. Like, I'm sure he doesn't care about going back in. That gorilla slap. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bjorn yesterday. Did something bad happen to him? Because all I saw that he was leaving, right? He was, like, leaving town. But I don't know what happened after that because I didn't watch his streams. Like, normally I watch him, but I haven't seen him lately because I was out doing my birthday stream. And to be honest, when I came home yesterday from the zoo, like, I was kind of in a shitty mood. And I ended up just going to sleep early. So, whatever. My friend stopped by and dropped me off some ice cream cake. Hung out for like a few minutes. But then that was it. Like, I ended up just going to sleep. C. Weiss, it's a community. CX is Ice Poseidon's community. It's like it's like a smiley face when you type it in to the chat. But it's kind of become his I don't know, his chat's calling card, I guess. So whenever you see people putting CX in the chat, they're usually people who also follow Ice Poseidon, and he's like one of the biggest live streamers right now. Yeah, you said his stream tonight was ass. What was he doing that was so bad? Yeah, I think Bjorn's back home, too. I don't understand his whole situation with his wife, though. Like, she beats him or something, and he fights her back, and he decides to stay with her, or do they have some sort of arrangement? Like, some kind of money arrangement or something? I don't understand that whole situation. Like, she's an immigrant and trying to stay there, and he's helping her, right? But why does he take the abuse? That's the part I don't get. There's got to be something else to it. Let's see if this makes the ding sound. The ding-ding sound. Yeah, it says found new hardware. So that's a good sign. I don't think I have the volume up. How does the volume go up on this one? I think I actually have to go to the volume bar. Yeah, unmute it. That would help. It's muted. Let me see what driver's on it. I click on the driver. Won't even pop up the window. Jesus Christ, this thing. Let's go to my computer, manage. Wait a year for it to open the actual screen. Yo, Twitix, what up? Welcome. Man, I appreciate you guys coming in here. That's very cool of you guys to come chill in here, because I've been a part of that community for so long, but to have you guys actually come here and watch me as well, it feels really nice, so thank you. What's a SM bus controller? That's always been an issue on this computer. I can never find the right driver for it. Here we go, USB, Open HCD USB host. I think that's what I'm using. But it doesn't work that way on this computer. Did you find out, Alex? Do I have to wet it to make the fart sound? I think when you do it with your hands, you have to wet it, right? I'm just trying to wait till you tell me whether or not you found that legacy driver for this fucking camera so I can actually dump my awesome content into my channel. Let me see if maybe I can pull it up. So it's OHCI compliant, compliant host controller legacy. Okay, let's see if I can just download it. These websites are useless. What happened? Did you guys all die? Why isn't it working? Am I not logged in here? What the fuck? Why isn't this working? Let me re-log in. What the hell? It says you guys are here. You sent me a Facebook message. I had the other chat here on my screen. For some reason, it's not working anymore, so that's why I didn't see your messages come through. I'm sorry about that. Look, it says I have 0 people on my channel watching right now, and it stopped working. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Aiden Brondum.
Oh, I talk shit, now it works. Hey Aiden, what's up?
Aiden Brondum said, look.
At what?
Aiden Brondum.
Firewire.
I say Aiden.
Firewire port-based device does not work correctly in Windows 8.1 or Windows 8. I'm on Windows 10 though. Do you think it'll still be the same?
Said, in
the following files are available for download from the Microsoft Center. How to obtain the update. But that update is for Windows 8. AGERE compliant host controller. That's
Fernando Fire FCB said, wow, I am a piece of shit useless text-to-speech speaker. Aiden
no, you're
Brondum
not.
Said,
why are you saying that?
I don't mean to go that.
Hey Ashley, welcome back.
Alex M. said, Win 881 drivers are okay for Win 10.
Okay, alright, cool. Okay, I'm on 64-bit, so I'll download that one.
Said, make more vids live.
I am gonna make more live videos. That's why I got this whole system.
Said, I never thought I would see him on his knees, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. Fernando Fire FCB said,
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying I'm useless, I'm talking about the TTS.
Yeah, the TTS is useless. Yeah, but it's useful in the sense that I don't have to constantly keep checking back what you guys are saying. I can just hear it.
Said, goes.
Okay, so that does say it's the legacy driver. Thank you, Alex. Let me install it and let's see if it works.
Aiden Brondum said, Yaya yaya.
Yay, yay.
Aiden Brondum said, thank you.
By the way, at the zoo, my back was soaked from sweat from that backpack. I really got to finish installing those fans. And I had an idea. I have these old USB cables that I don't use anymore. So I was thinking about cutting them and tying them into the fans so that I can use my those little battery backups I have, and I can plug the fans into those, and those will last the whole time I'm streaming because fans don't really pull a lot of power.
Yay, I hope it works.
Yeah, I hope this driver works too. It just finished downloading, so I'm installing it now. But yeah, so that's my idea anyway, is to get those fans working so it doesn't get so hot.
Scorpio said, hey DRO.
What up, Scorpio? How are you?
Scorpio said, hey chat.
Okay, it says it installed it, but it doesn't show me where. Okay, I'm gonna uninstall this other one, and we'll try to update the driver. Browse my computer.
Aiden Brondum said,
it's not there.
I like you, Tab.
Alright, I don't... Where does this install to? Let me see. Details.
Fernando Fire FCB said, man, I want to see the old tapes.
Yeah, I'm trying
Scorpio
to install this driver so I can dump them all. I'm trying to figure out where it installs to so I can manually find the folder with the driver, and then it says, does it even tell me where? Okay, here, program files. Okay, program files 1394, that's where I gotta go. Nope. It's not in there.
Aiden Brondum said, I mean, I like you tattoos. Alex M.
You like my tattoos?
Said,
thank you. Here's one of
on
Scout.
the web page, I think. Alex M. said, the location.
Yeah, it says program files 1394, but I don't see that folder. Let me check the 86 folder. Oh yeah, it is in there. Okay, cool. So the 64-bit driver is in the 86 x86 folder.
You're oh my god.
Alright, there we go. I picked it. Next, install drivers, successfully updated. Now it says legacy. Alright, you guys, cross your fingers for me, okay? Let's let the content gods win this one out.
Fernando Fire FCB said, are you pagan or atheist?
Neither. I just don't care. I don't believe in spirits or ghosts or any of that shit though, you know?
Aiden Brondum said, you welcome.
Okay, it's still not doing anything. Let me try powering it off and back on.
Alex M. said, fingers crossed.
Thank you. I need it.
Alex M. said, you need to restart the PC though, lol.
Okay, I'll try that.
Angel Ekaterin.
Let me just try plugging it in
Said,
first, and if it doesn't
crossed
work,
fingers.
I'll reboot.
Mouse Road said, loving the scout tattoo.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Fernando Fire FCB said, crossed fingers, crossed fingers, crossed fingers. Ariella said, just got here, what ya working on today?
My old content from Hardcore Mayhem, I have all these tapes I want to dump, and I've been having trouble connecting it to the computer and actually downloading all the footage off these tapes. Because they're mini DV tapes. They're not, it's not already digitized, so I have to actually digitize all these content tapes.
Aiden Brondum said,
Alright,
please it not be over love this fingers Sirast.
I'm gonna reboot. Shit. It's gonna update my computer and then restart. Oh, this is gonna be fun. How much you want to bet Windows is gonna break my computer now because of this update? Just because I want this to work so bad. There's always something stopping me from being able to dump these tapes. I don't know why I'm still on the floor, so let's change that. I guess my last ditch effort to get this to work are the two things of, one, getting my other cord from upstairs in the box of a million cables, and then two, finding an old version of Premiere online somewhere so that I can install it on this laptop and hope that the legacy everything works. You're okay, Luna. She got scared for a second. Let's go say hi to her. Oh, by the way, I gave Kaden her her resin gecko tail, and she really loved it. I didn't end up making it a necklace for her though, because I was afraid that it might, you know, break off at some point and then she lose it, and I don't want her to be upset for losing her gecko's tail. So, but I ended up actually giving it to her, and she really liked it. So hopefully that'll be all good. I can make a holder for it another time. Are you playing with your toys? You guys want to see something really cool? I have this lotion that has weed in it. It's like for pain, and it doesn't get you high or anything. It's not anything like that's a drug that's gonna get you messed up if you use it. But it's just for like if you have pain on, like I used to have pain on my wrists, so I'd put the lotion. I put the lotion on the skin, and it would make it better. But I'm going to show you something really funny. Actually, I have two different ones. There's this one here that's like an extra pain spray, and it's kind of like an icy hot spray. And then there's this other one called stimulating cream, and it's like for, like let's say it's really cold outside, and your hands or your feet go completely numb. This lotion is supposed to help relieve that. So, because it helps your blood circulate. But here, check this out. Luna, come here. Come. Come here. Look. Come. Watch this. Let me just make sure you guys can see what's going on. Okay. Come here, Luna. Come over here. Hang on. Alright, don't put your nose on there. Oh, wait, did she get her nose on there? I don't want it to be like all smudged and weird, or you won't be able to see anything. She's sniffing all of my gear because she thinks that's what it is. Okay, here. She likes this stuff a lot. It's got capsaicin in it, which is like that really hot pepper, because it's supposed to help with like stimulation of your nerves and blood and stuff. But I guess she really likes the way it smells. It's okay. It's just my skateboard. You're fine. She's like, I want to wear it. It smells good. You shoving your face into it? Does it smell that good? Here, let me move it to the floor. Here. Don't pee on it, okay? She'll probably want to claim it as her own. It's already yours. You don't need to pee on it. Sometimes she'll throw herself on the ground so hard that she'll like almost hurt herself just trying to get at the smell of that. Oh, wait. Sorry. So I think my other cable's coming in soon, by the way, too, because I already returned that other one to B&H Photos, so they're supposed to be sending me a better cable for all this. Okay. We good? Because right now, this braided cable is like not really that great. It gets tangled up on everything, and it's kind of stiff, so it's hard to move everything around properly with it. Working on updates still. 91% complete. Don't worry, guys, we'll get there. We'll get there one day. Eventually, we'll be able to see all this old footage. But it'll be worth it. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait. I think you guys will like it. There's a lot of really funny stuff on there that I've never really shown anyone. So, you know, I'll upload it. I'll see what you guys have to say. And if you like it and you enjoy the type of content that I have on those tapes, I'll just keep doing it. I'll keep uploading it. You guys can just let me know in the comments. Oh, that's a really cool picture. Look at that. It looks like Colorado. I have a couple pictures I've taken that look similar to that. I don't know where that is, though. Alright, it didn't break anything so far. My computer's actually loading up. Let me open up Premiere and see if it sees my camera. Wish me luck, like I said. We'll see.
Alex M. said, you can disable auto updates if you want. Dro got a reg file that LL do it.
I did, but earlier today, I was trying to find the updates for my drivers for this camera,
Aiden
so I
Brondum
turned them on.
said, "Guess what? Aiden Brondum is my real name. Fearful face."
Fearful face. Yeah, so I did have my updates off, so it doesn't mess anything up, but I was just trying to find this legacy driver, and I thought if I did an
Alex
update,
M.
it would fix itself.
Said, "Congrats, Aiden."
Aiden, there's this, okay, so a lot of people worry about whether or not the stuff that they're sharing online is a little much.
Aiden Brondum said, "Is your name Akshol Dro?"
Is my name Dro? Is that what you're saying? Is my name actually Dro? My name's actually Leandro, so Dro is short for Leandro, kind of like Mike is short for Michael. It's a Brazilian name, that's where I come from. I was actually born in Rio. Audio setup issue.
Aiden Brondum
It's okay.
said, "Is your name Akley Dro?"
Akeley? You mean actually?
Ariella said, "Where's Falcor? I miss that fluffy butt."
He's right behind me, look. He's right there.
Aiden Brondum said, "Oh, okay." Fernando Fire FCB said, "Rio de Janeiro."
Janeiro? Janeiro, that's how you say it. Janeiro. Let's try this other cable. Because that didn't work. I'll try the USB cable next.
Fernando Fire FCB said, "Cute fat ass cat." Aiden Brondum
Nothing?
said, "That's what I meant." Angel Ekaterin said, "Are you drinking alcoholic beverages?"
No, I can't drink alcohol anymore. I have an issue that is either with my pancreas or something else inside me. The doctors
Aiden
haven't really
Brondum
figured it out yet.
said,
So I don't want to fuck
"Hell
with
no."
it. And I don't want to just drink just to drink and then make it worse, you know? So I've actually been trying to eat a little bit healthier, and I haven't drank alcohol in a few years. I mean, I had, like, last year, I had a cup of alcohol. I got a little tipsy, but I didn't get, like, plastered drunk, and then before that, it was probably another year before that I had another drink, and that was on tour, and the only reason why I drank was because my drummer's dad was at the show, and he was buying us all drinks, so I felt bad denying it, so I was like, whatever, for one night I can drink. So I drank that night too, but I didn't get shit-faced, I only had like one drink. So yeah, I haven't really, like, drank a lot in many years. I can't remember the last time I got, like, really shit-faced, but I'm pretty sure it was probably on the road.
Fernando Fire FCB said, "German beers are the best."
I never liked beer. Even when I did drink, I drank liquor. I wouldn't drink beer. But I had a really bad experience when I was younger with beer,
Ariella
so that might be why.
said, "I see him I named my Nintendo cat Falcor. I don't know why I love the name. My next cat I wanna name Ravioli LOL."
Your Nintendo cat, you named Falcor? Yeah, I spell mine different. Well, Falcor from the movie Neverending
S-H
Story is with a K,
said,
no E.
"Maybe it's your liver or gallbladder."
No, I already had that
Aiden
tested.
Brondum
They said it was fine.
said, "You drank alcohol."
I used to. Yeah, I had my liver tested, and then they did a what's it called? What they do to pregnant chicks? Ultrasound. They gave me an ultrasound to see if I had any gallstones or anything like that.
Fire FCB
And they said they didn't see anything.
said, "Bud Light are the best beers."
Why do you say that? Alright,
Aiden
USB.
Brondum
Let's try USB.
said, "Is your tattoo Jason Jorge?"
Yes. Yeah, I got Jason
Aiden
there.
Brondum
I got Freddy
said,
there.
Disappointed face. Ariella said, "Oh okay, I'm currently 9 months pregnant and we were going to name our son Atreyu, but it turns out I'm having a girl, so funny thing, we are actually naming her Luna."
Oh, cool.
Ariella said, 6 not 9. Alex M said,
I got a cut on
"Well
my finger.
shit, that was a waste of time, sorry DRO, those drivers solved my issue so I thought it would for you." Angel Ekaterin said, "I did not know, I'm sorry." Fernando Fire FCB said,
I don't know what the hell I did,
"Congrats
but it hurts.
Ariella."
Congrats on ruining the rest of your life, Ariella. Just kidding. Hopefully it's works out all
Aiden
good for
Brondum
you, so
said,
that's what you wanted, right?
"Okay, so cool."
Unless it was a mistake, then that sucks. Hopefully at least the dad will stick around.
Aiden Brondum said,
Doesn't
"Oh my
see it.
god, that's so cool." Keegan Phillips said, Asmage said, "Ariella, do you like the name Selena? It means moon, I think."
In what language?
Fernando Fire FCB said, "Do you have a tape player set to DRO?"
I have a VCR, but not a mini DV tape deck. I think I might just have to do it with the Dazzle. Let me see what my host driver says. It says Legacy still. Let me try this Play Memories app, because they have a tape import feature. Let's see if the driver works for that. Nope.
Keegan Phillips said,
Well, that wouldn't matter anyway with that driver update, because that wasn't for USB. That was for the FireWire. But I'm wondering, it says USB composite device. Let's update that driver maybe.
Fernando Fire FCB said, "Is that fireworks I'm hearing?"
Oh no, that's
Angel
skateboarding.
Said, "Great, we will see the boy DRO." Alex M said, "What about VLC and it's still on FireWire, not USB?"
Yeah, I had
Alex
it on.
M said, "Oh, never mind."
But you know what's really weird? I had it on the FireWire earlier, and it was making the connection sound, and then it just stopped. It stopped connecting. But even though it was connecting, it wasn't really seeing it properly. But now it's not even making the sound anymore when I connect it through there. In the menu, I have it to the USB function to motion DV, but you also have the choice to webcam, because you can make this an actual webcam. I mean, it looks like shit as a webcam, but hey, I think does it have night vision? I have another camera that does have night vision. I could set that up outside at night for a webcam. That'd be kind of cool. Does this thing even have? Oh, they don't have HDMI though, so I couldn't really use this for it. Anyway, let me see if this will work.
Ariella said, that name was on our list, but Luna 1, I can say I am gonna miss the sleep, lol.
Yeah, the sleeping thing, that's going to be a tough one. That's usually not that easy to get used to.
Aiden Brondum said, okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Ariella
I'm
said,
trying to figure this out still.
Ashley Violet said, oh, I just wanna hold my skink, but he is asleep and that would be rude. Ariella said, welcome back.
Yeah, I just want to hold my skank too, but
Alex
I don't think that she's
said,
going to want me to right now.
oh, Ashley. Fernando Fire FCB said, oh, Ashley. Aiden Brondum.
I'm trying to see if there's any settings on this
Tomorrow
thing.
I might send a super chat. Ashley
Oh, that would be
Violet
awesome. You want to see
said,
something cool that I thought about the other
LOL.
night?
Ashley Violet said, Skonke. Alex M said,
Skank.
haha. Fernando Fire FCB said, haha. Carrie Brooks said, hey, why all? Aiden Brondum said, what?
Okay, anyway. I think it's upstairs. I have this little device that I programmed it to turn off televisions and turn on televisions.
Ashley Violet said, someone name my skank. Aiden Brondum said, hi. Ashley Violet said, LOL. Ashley Violet said, it's a boy. Alex M said, does it see it if you have it plugged in on FireWire before you switch it on? Alex M said,
I think so.
and then switch it on.
Yeah, I've tried that too, but
Said,
I'll try it again.
my cats already keep me up. I need to find a way to stop him from bringing toys into the bed at night. If I close the door, he sticks his paw under the door and slams it until I open it. Fernando Fire FCB said, does it see it if you have it plugged in on FireWire before you switch it on? Fernando Fire FCB
Look.
said, and then switch it on.
Okay, so right now it's off. It's unplugged from the FireWire, and it still shows 1394 OHCI compliant host controller legacy. Okay? So then, let's unplug this. That should be fine. And plug this in. Okay, it's in. Maybe I gotta wiggle around this connector or something. Now I'll turn it on. Let's see if it makes a beeping sound.
Aiden Brondum
Nope.
said, holy shit.
Nothing changed on the computer either.
Aiden Brondum said, shot.
What are you trying to say?
Aiden
Why are you
Brondum
having such a hard time
said,
typing?
I'm shook.
What are you shook about? Maybe the cable's fucked up?
Aiden Brondum said, I don't know what I just said DPNT-esque. Aiden Brondum.
It doesn't do anything when I
don't.
When I do this, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't
Fire FCB
make a sound.
said,
Here, I'll
probably the cable thingy inside broke.
No, it didn't, because it was making noises before, like it was connecting fine. And the thing inside looks fine too.
Aiden Brondum said,
and I have multiple cables.
I don't know.
Let me fuck around with it down here though and see.
Alex M said, the camera should show in device manager if it's seeing it at all. SNCH said, hey DROW has hop-inning. Fernando Fire FCB
Nope.
said, the camera should show in device manager if it's seeing it at all.
It doesn't.
Alex M said, maybe the connection is broken like a dry joint or something. Ariella said, can't get something to work YouTube it haha. Alex M
YouTube what?
said,
you can't YouTube
what
this.
are you doing Fernando Fire FCB? Fernando Fire FCB said, maybe the connection is broken like a dry joint or something.
I think he's just trying to help me see the text because I was missing it before. Yeah, it's not doing shit. Try the PC connection mode. Nope.
SNCH said, it's Snooch Mr. Computer Voice. Alex M said, odd apologies Fernando Fire FCB. Fernando Fire FCB said, odd apologies Alex M. Aiden Brondum said, GT I need to go to the bathroom, be right back.
Alright. Anything?
Angel Ekaterine said, face with rolling eyes.
See, that works.
SNCH said, Snooch Mr. Computer Voice. Aiden Brondum said, sorry for the swearing.
I'm trying to see what USB device it shows when I plug it in. So USB composite device, there's two of them. And then when I plug it in, does it add one? It did. It added an extra one for USB composite device.
Fernando Fire FCB said, Rip, I think all your tapes will be burned.
Yeah, I know, at this point. I'm just gonna have to have them buried with me when I die. And then you guys will never be able to see it. Alright, last option on this. Maybe we'll check out VLC. VLC I do not think has a capture for that.
Said, if you can you show you Fox, please?
He passed away, man. Like, many months ago. I did a video about it. He was really old. I don't know if you saw the video, but just look it up, if anything. I have a friend here who still has a bunch of Foxes and stuff, but she doesn't really she won't really let me stream or take video of it anymore, so I don't even bother. Oh, here we go. Capture device. Capture mode.
Said,
TV digital.
I'm done, I'm back.
No, that's not
Fernando Fire FCB. Said, oh man, I really want to see the clips. Ariella. Said, I forgot I was watching Death Note and my PS4 turned off because I've had it paused for so
Here we
long.
go. It sees it as a web camera,
Fernando
I
Fire
think.
FCB. Said, rip the DRO clips 2018.
Okay, let's see if this works. There's a play button.
Said, WT.
It works.
Alex M.
It works.
Said,
Alex, you're the man.
To get an old minute camcorder from eBay to troubleshoot if it's the camcorder or not.
No. I got it. It's working on VLC. I can just record it off of there.
Said, Aiden Brondum, I answered that earlier on and gave you the link.